Welcome to the MSDW podcast. I'm Jason Gumpert, editor at msdynamicsworld.com, and on this episode, sponsored by Ingram Micro Cloud, we are talking about the newest opportunities in the Dynamics 365 partner channel. My guest today is Mathew Batterbee. He is the UK and EMEA lead for Dynamics at Ingram, and before that, he was the UK lead for SureStep at Microsoft. Opportunity really is the word of the day here, and Mathew explains the types of programs and offers he is working on with partners that want to begin delivering Dynamics 365 solutions, whether they are experienced with business solutions or coming into this area from somewhere else. We talk about Ingram's Dynamics Accelerate and Dynamics Angels programs and some of the positive performance statistics that Ingram is seeing from partners as they onboard to D365, often in just a matter of weeks. And Mathew shares his views on the latest CSP offerings around on-premises ERP enhancement plans and what that means for Ingram's partners. Okay, Mathew Batterbee, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So to start, I was hoping you could tell us a little more about yourself, your role, and what Ingram Micro is doing overall in the Microsoft Dynamics space.
Yeah, not a problem. So, I'm Mathew Batterbee, and I'm the EMEA Dynamics 365 lead at Ingram Micro Cloud. So I've been with Ingram since sort of the back end of November last year. And then prior to that, I was the SureStep Dynamics 365 lead here in the UK at Microsoft. So I left Microsoft and joined Ingram Micro November last year. So yeah, good background in the Microsoft channel, in particular the Dynamics side of things and the partner to partner side of things, which is, a big part of our Dynamics 365 Accelerate program. So really excited to be able to talk about that today and shout the message of Ingram and on our programs.
Can you talk a little bit about sort of where Ingram Micro's Dynamics position is right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really exciting time. And definitely when I joined, the team was growing. And that's what really excited me about being part of this team. I don't just work in the UK. I get to work alongside people that are Dynamics focused across the globe. We've got people based in North America, Canada, Australia, right across EMEA and APAC. So it's really exciting. And we run this program, Dynamics Accelerate and the Dynamics Angels programs across the globe, which is really great. I mean, our Dynamics 365 Accelerate program is really unique in a way that it's enabling partners, whether they've got a focus potentially on maybe the CRM side of Dynamics and currently they turn down opportunities that are more ERP focused, or it could be that they're modern workplace Microsoft partners with no Dynamics capabilities. We're enabling those partners to transact Dynamics really easily in a matter of weeks. And as we know, to build a Dynamics practice from scratch, it takes a lot of time and effort and investment. And we've actually had, a couple of case studies because we deliver Dynamics training to our partners where we've delivered that training. The partner's been able to then go off and have, very light Dynamics conversations with their customers. And we're doing our first kind of deals within a couple of weeks. So real rapid practice build, if you like. We provide a lot of the marketing. We provide pre-sales collateral and support. So we've got, as well as people like myself, we've got Dynamics 365 solutions architects stretched across the planet as well that are supporting our partners by jumping on end customer calls and actually, providing demos and getting the customers excited about Dynamics, really scoping out those opportunities. So there's quite a lot that we offer. And then we also take it to kind of the next level with our Dynamics Angels program, which is in conjunction working with Cooper Parry IT, who are the number one Business Central partner on the planet. And that's not just my words. They won the award at Microsoft Inspire last year. So, we're really lucky to be working with them. Essentially with that program, we're enabling our partners to not only, do this partner to partner motion where they sell the licenses, but someone else does the deployment and the support. But actually working with Cooper Parry, we're enabling our partners to actually deploy Business Central. So we're upskilling those partners much faster. They're gaining access to Cooper Parry's kind of templates, tooling, secrets, if you like, in order to actually deploy Business Central and deploy very quickly as well. A lot of the Cooper Parry kind of packaged offerings are, you can implement, within a week or within a couple of weeks, as opposed to months and months of implementation time. So there's quite a lot that we offer.
I would love to learn more about the type of profile that I think you touched on, which is partners that are really modern workplace focused, not Dynamics, let's say, and they're coming to you and they are, interested, motivated to add, Dynamics as a line of business for themselves. The conventional wisdom on that over the years, and you've probably heard this too, is it's very hard for companies to make that transition. If you're a partner that focuses on email, on Windows, on productivity, getting to competency in Business Central, let's say, in ERP or even CRM is a big step. So I imagine there's been a lot of work that's gone into actually being able to support that kind of a transition in a partner's business. Is that a lot of what you spend your time on?
100%. I think what we've done in order to actually create this program, the Accelerate program to begin with, was we looked at the reasons why partners aren't currently transacting Dynamics. So things like skill sets in-house, potentially, the sales team's not ready to have those kind of more business-led conversations as opposed to tech-led, understanding the customer's business, understanding their business problems and those kind of things. And then we also looked at the reasons why a partner should want to transact Dynamics 365. So when I was at Microsoft, we spent quite a bit of time looking at what's the benefits of transacting Dynamics. And we saw things like improvements in churn rate by around 25%. So typically we saw partners, modern workplace partners, traditional kind of Office 365 resellers have a churn rate of around 20-25% of customers that are just leaving. And they're not moving from Microsoft, they're just moving to another reseller. And then when we saw that we added Dynamics 365 into their offering, it dropped that churn rate to kind of less than 5%. And if they're also transacting Azure, it was less than 1%. So Dynamics was really that key to make them very sticky to their end customers. We also saw that by adding Dynamics 365 into their offering, it was helping with their Azure penetration. So they were 10 times more likely to transact Azure following Dynamics than following Office 365. And we saw some partners have growth rates of kind of Azure growth, 300% year on year, and Microsoft 365 sales, 100% year on year. It really did enable modern workplace partners to drive some of the more higher end Microsoft 365 SKUs as well. So really, not only opening up a brand new revenue stream for them, but really driving what they were already doing. And then there's the other benefits like the Microsoft rebates. Currently, the Dynamics rebate is over double that of Microsoft 365 and Azure. So, really great earning potential for those silver and gold partners as well. So we really took those kind of reasons why a partner should transact Dynamics to help them grow their Azure, Microsoft 365, help them stay sticky to their customers and really add more value to their customer base. And we created this program where essentially we at Ingram Micro can do a lot of the work for a partner. So once a partner's kind of signed up and they want to be part of our program and they see the benefit of doing that, we can deliver Dynamics 365 training. In fact, I've not long got off a call where I've done that. And as I say, I can literally deliver that over Teams. In the modern world, that's kind of the only choice I've got right now, not able to go in face to face. And that training session, I do that in about, I'd say max 2 hours with a lot of questions. And the reason I deliver that training is it's good for, partners to have someone to ask questions to. Training is much better than just reading, I think. And, the Dynamics 365 fundamentals course is about 12 to 13 hours of content. And that's a lot of content to ask a partner that isn't going to turn Dynamics into their main focus. They're not all of a sudden going to become a Dynamics house. They're going to stay, Microsoft 365. They're going to continue to try and grow their Azure business, but we want them to do Dynamics as well. So we deliver that Dynamics 365 training. We then also provide cloud Ascent enablement to help them spot opportunity in their existing customer base. So just to spend a little bit of time talking about what Cloud Ascent is for anyone who's not heard of that's maybe listening to this. Essentially, this is a propensity tool that Microsoft provide partners, and it's in your partner center now. And when you go into that, you'll be able to see your existing customer base and their propensity to buy another solution. So you will see cross-sell and upsell opportunity. And that could be upsell from a basic Microsoft 365 SKU to a more high-end SKU. It could be cross-sell into Azure or cross-sell into Dynamics 365, which is where I put my focus. So we help you tap into that data, analyze that data. We've already done a lot of the work already for our existing partners. We've created Power BI dashboards that we can delve into. So all that analysis is done. And then we also provide the marketing then. So we've got a lot of marketing, all white labeled. That's email campaigns, that's social media campaigns, whether it's LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, doesn't matter. We've got all that pre-built. And it's all, as I say, it's all white labeled. So the partners can go in, they can put their own logos on, they can put their own contact details on. And we actually provide this right from within our go-to-market hub, where you can actually do some analysis, on the actual mailing campaign itself. You can see click-through rates. You can see, who's not opening the email, who is, and so on. So you can do all that right from within our go-to-market hub that our partners have access to. So all that marketing's provided. And then as soon as that customer interest is generated, that's where our service can really kick in, where we have our Dynamics 365 solutions architects, which stretch right across the planet. We've got a number of solutions architects and our pre-sales guys like myself as well that will jump on a call with our partners and the end customer to really scope out that opportunity. We will provide demos. We will understand customer requirements, needs, make sure that we've got everything that, make sure we've got the information that we need to know, and get that customer excited about Dynamics, really help them see the benefit. So we'll take that on for the partner alongside them as well. And we do actually provide pre-sales collateral. I've built out quite a lot of sort of battle cards or elevator pitches that I can provide partners with as well. So if a customer does just phone up out the blue, they can have that conversation. And then we also, we work with, I've already mentioned Cooper Parry, but we've got a number of elite service providers across the planet that will provide professional services to actually implement Dynamics 365. And that can be any, area of Dynamics, whether that's CRM, ERP, enterprise, SMB. It really doesn't matter. We've got a lot of elite service providers that essentially will do the implementation and provide the ongoing support through our partner. So our partner still retains ownership, still sells the licenses, earns those licensing rebates we've talked about, and the margins and so on. And the good thing is actually, even though they don't provide the implementation and the ongoing support, they still earn from that as well. They get a percentage of that revenue. So it really does open up a brand new revenue stream for them whilst, pushing them to grow their other revenue streams as well and enabling them to do so faster. But yeah, essentially, this really does allow for our partners to transact Dynamics 365 really easily, really quickly. And actually, there's no investment, maybe a bit of time investment if they want to do the training and they're going to do some marketing. But other than that, there's nothing. And as I say, we're turning a lot of these partners around very quickly. In a matter of weeks, we're getting our first deals over the line. A lot of that is down to that opportunity that's in Cloud Ascent as well. Those customers are an act now. They are actively looking for a new CRM or a new ERP solution. And if those partners that just do modern workplace aren't going to do that, then, they are going to go elsewhere. And that's where we see this churn rate. The customers will just leave, because they're not offering that CRM or ERP solution. Whereas with our program, we're enabling any partner to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you've mentioned to me, you might have even mentioned it on the webcast you did recently for our audience, or just in conversation, that Cloud Ascent is really something that makes a lot of partners sit up and take notice and want to know more about what the tool is. And maybe some of them aren't really using it before you show it to them.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I would say Cloud Ascent is probably one of Microsoft's best kept secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my background when I worked at Microsoft, and that was a big part of my role, was speaking to partners that potentially weren't managed by Microsoft. And yeah, none of them, I would say, it's probably 1 in 100 that would have actually ever seen it before. But also, it's not the easiest dashboard to read. When you do open it up, it might not make sense, and you really have got to delve into the data. There's an Excel spreadsheet that you can download with the data. And what we've done at Ingram is basically taken that Excel for our partners and done the analysis ourselves. And that's not just for Dynamics. We are helping our partners, go after their Azure opportunities, go after their M365 opportunities, and proactively go and speak to their customers about the, whether it's a Dynamics solution, whether it's an Azure solution, whatever that may be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Cloud Ascent is such a valuable tool. And I think any partner that we go through it with is always amazed. And they're always like, I had no idea I had all this data, and I had no idea I had these customers that were interested in this. It also points out open and EA agreements that are expiring in the next 12 months, gives the date of when they're expiring. So it's a real great one for looking at open to CSP opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hugely valuable data, it sounds like. And it's all, partner specific. So they're getting their own sort of view of their opportunities, of what Microsoft can see about how they're transacting in the channel in particular.
Yeah, they'll be able to really delve into that data, and yeah.
Okay. And one other thing I just wanted to kind of go back to, because it sounds like one of the things that perhaps has, scared off or just been an obstacle for, like you said, modern workplace partners and others, is that level of training and the talent required on their own teams to work with an ERP product. It sounds like you're really making the case now that you can bring that to them, or you can bring that to their customers without them putting their customers perhaps at risk. I've always sensed that partners that don't have that expertise have concern about maybe losing control of their own clients by introducing things that they can't do themselves. There's always been that sort of that push and pull between encouraging partner to partner, but also, the fear of sort of losing control of your own clients. Is that one of the elements that you really have to sort of work with to build confidence when partners are kind of onboarding or considering working with Ingram?
Yeah, definitely. I think, as you say, partners don't want to lose control of their customer. They don't want to lose ownership of their customer. And through our program, we're really enabling them to maintain that ownership. They are with their customer throughout that entire sales process. And then even from a post-sales perspective, we say that, like our elite service providers, the likes of Cooper Parry, will provide the ongoing support for the customer, but that's all through the partner. So the partner is that first line of support. They are their tech provider. So we really enable the partners to maintain their ownership and be able to add more value as well. As I say, Dynamics is really helping our partners drive net new Microsoft 365 sales, really drive Azure consumption. And we're quickly growing how many Dynamics partners that we've got in the channel, active partners. In fact, from kind of Microsoft Q2 to Q3, we doubled how many partners has added a customer on Dynamics. So it's a real quick moving process. And it shows that, utilizing Dynamics, the cloud Ascent data, utilizing the marketing and utilizing our pre-sale support, we're really able to help these partners not only start a Dynamics practice, but just, win these customer deals faster. And they learn from us, they learn from the support that we provide. They can learn from the likes of Cooper Parry as well on that real pre-sales enablement and even the implementation side of things.
So you've doubled the number of partners in your network transacting on Dynamics 365 from Q2 to Q3?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it was around doubled. I think I've kind of rounded up a little bit there, but not by much, maybe like 5 or 6 partners rounded up. But the amount of partners that actually added, any kind of customer or see anything on Dynamics, we were able to double that from one quarter to the next. Yeah.
As I understand, that's a huge priority for Microsoft. And it seems like growing the number of partners who can bring their customers into Dynamics 365 solutions is just one of the absolute key components of what Microsoft seems to be pursuing right now.
100%. I think I'm going to kind of quote the UK numbers of the rebates, and these might be the same in other countries as well, or there might be some slight difference. But for Microsoft 365 and Azure, the max rebate you can earn is 14%. On Dynamics 365, the max rebate you can earn is 31%. So it really is a hero product or hero solution, however you want to put it, to Microsoft. They're doing so much to try and drive more partners to want to do that. And what we're enabling, because partner to partner has been around for a while, but it's never been something where you can make a partner be proactive about it. Whereas now, because we provide the marketing, the pre-sale support, everything that we provide, it's enabling a partner to basically make it a part of their business. And they don't actually have to do a lot of the work. We provide the marketing. We can even help them sort their website. We've even done end customer webinars and things like that on behalf of the partner. So there's a lot that we can do that's helping them make it a proactive part of their business without actually taking up too much time. So if they are a partner that is currently trying to really drive their Azure business, that's their main focus. We won't take any focus away from that, and we can actually enable it more because you're going to get more Azure consumption through Dynamics, and you're going to get the new revenue stream in Dynamics. So yeah, we're really, really enabling our partners to take on Dynamics and earn those rebates and all that kind of thing as well. So for me, yeah, I think it's a massive focus for Microsoft, and I think the proof's in the pudding, so to speak, with the rebates and those kind of things and the margins that are available.
Speaking of sort of programs, one of the last things I wanted to make sure we got to was a new promotion from Microsoft. And it's something that you touched on in the recent webcast that you did, and we'll be linking to that. But it's this enhancement plan to CSP incentive or offer that Microsoft has introduced. I know you talked about it quite a bit in that presentation. I'm guessing you've heard a lot from your partners and from Microsoft partners out there who have customers on Dynamics enhancement plans for on-prem solutions, and this new offer to move them to CSP with a really attractive sort of conversion rate, I guess you'd say, is definitely getting people's attention. What's your latest take on it, and what have you heard from some of your partners?
I think one thing that we've started doing as well, so actually I didn't mention it when I talked around Cloud Ascent, so I'm glad you've asked me around this. But yeah, with the Cloud Ascent data, we can actually see the end customers that are currently on Nav or any of those solutions. So we can actually enable partners even more to then go after those opportunities. We provide actually marketing. We're starting to develop the marketing collateral so that partners can easily go and target those customers as well. So we've seen a few things where are, partner requests, and we're acting on those very quickly. So as I say, like the end customer market in the exact same way that we have that for the Accelerate program, we're building that out for this enhancement plan as well. I think one thing that's becoming very apparent is it is an attractive offer. I think with everything that's going on in the world, I think moving that to a monthly billing as opposed to, bulk kind of buy-in, if you like, that's being seen to be very attractive, not only to the end customer, but to the partners as well. I think that they can, obviously keep more of their customers on their enhancement plans because of this new CSP billing. So that's something that's been well received. The fact that, the offer is the actual pricing's available for up to 3 years. It is definitely something that's been really looked at and really seen. And I think the fact that we can really enable our partners with the experiences that we've got at Ingram Micro, whether that's helping a partner that's maybe currently not even a CSP partner with Microsoft, we're really enabling partners to sign up, understand the CSP program as a Microsoft partner, but then also, how they can go and order the SKUs, the Business Central SKUs, the 60% off that are within this offer, how we've got those SKUs within our cloud marketplace, and we're enabling partners to really turn this around quite quickly. So there's been a few requests, and we're just acting on this as quickly as possible to make it as easy as possible for the partner.
Yeah, I've heard different perspectives on what it really means for the channel more broadly. I've heard from some partners who are very positive and excited about it, and even already transacting with this offer to get, let's say, Nav customers into Business Central, and others who say we love the concept, but we want to hear more from Microsoft and have them help us through a lot of the, either the fine print or just the variation in different customer situations who are interested in it. I don't know. What's your take? Do you feel, is Ingram working with Microsoft? Do you see this program evolving, or this offer, I should say, evolving over time, or is it pretty well set at this point?
I think it probably will evolve. I mean, it's like anything that, sometimes Microsoft, release something, and I'm even dreading bringing this up, but like the IUR, the internal user right changes that they made last year at Inspire, and then they quickly turned those around because of partner reactions. So I think it might evolve slightly, but I think that, I'd say there's been more positive than negative. And we're working extremely closely with Microsoft globally to make sure we've got these SKUs available in our cloud marketplace, make sure it's easily accessible to partners. And also, as you say, it's going through that fine print. And I think, we've got quite a great skill set in-house. My experience working with Microsoft as well, and just kind of knowing who to go to get answers on certain things. We've got that across the globe. So we're working very closely with Microsoft to ensure that we understand all of the small print. And we've been tested as well. I've had a number of partners that, they're not currently Ingram partners, but they weren't able to get the support they needed, even from Microsoft in some respects, and they came to me just to ask me questions about it. We went through it together, and they've left with a real positive outcome. And hopefully I'll be dealing with them soon as Ingram partners. But, it's something that we've really taken on board and really looked into, really delved into the small print. There's a number of bits of collateral out there, different FAQ PDFs, there's different websites, there's blogs, there's all sorts of stuff. And as a Dynamics global team have really spent the time to delve into that, make sure we understand all that fine small print, like the licensing requirements, different SKUs that are available, all that kind of stuff, whether they need to add on any licenses, the free licenses that are available there, the lapsed customers and when they must have lapsed by in between the dates and so on. We've just made sure that we've really understood all that small print so that we can reiterate that back to partners. So my kind of take on this podcast would be that any partner that's kind of unsure of it, feel free to get in touch, because I'm quite happy to delve into more detail on this. Different partners have different queries, and I suppose different partners and different people just might read the exact same sentence but read it in a different way, which sometimes happens with Microsoft documentation.
Yeah, very interesting. I would just note that from my side, it seems like even some on-premises customers who are pretty committed to it or say they are, seem to be at least interested to learn the details of this. And I think, like you said, if there are some changes or adjustments to come that hopefully Microsoft does them pretty rapidly, they do have that history of sort of putting something out there and then making adjustments as needed, sort of in response to feedback. So feedback certainly does seem to help in a lot of cases with Microsoft programs.
Yeah, I think definitely going on to like the Dynamics community page and those kind of sites and raising concerns, queries. If you've got if you work with your indirect provider like Ingram Micro, raise those concerns to us and we can escalate them into Microsoft Direct to our PDMs and TCMs and any other acronym job title that we deal with, raise those concerns because they will listen. Like you say, they do make changes when it's going to be a positive one for the partners and the customers.
Yeah, my other, first thought after I sort of got my head around what the offer was, I mean, the timing really is good for this, if not a little later than it even could have been. Putting something out at this point in time, given where the economy is in various countries and the business situations that all these Microsoft customers are in, giving them something very attractive and sort of very interesting to really look at with their partner now of all times is probably exactly what they need to do. I mean, even if maybe there will be some questions and fine print to work through, my first take was, yeah, this is really what partners kind of need from Microsoft right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think straight away I saw quite a lot of interest in this. I sent this straight to, as I say, because we delve into the cloud Ascent data of our partners. So I was able to send this to partners that it be of interest to straight away. And, I've had a number of calls where we've been discussing this. And as I say, the majority is positive, but it's just working through that small print, things like it's not available for education, little things like that. It's just making sure that partners are aware of it. But yeah, I think it will be really positive. Like you say, if anything, it was a bit late. It could have been a couple of months earlier. But yeah, I think that's been one positive thing to come out of this. And especially, I think the lapsed customer, offer that's available to them to re-enroll with no kind of penalties or anything like that. I think that's something that is a real key one as well to understand.
Okay, interesting. I actually had sort of missed that detail, but there's ways to get them back into the fold without too much of an added cost.
That's it, yeah. So if they lapsed between January the 1st, 2020 and May the 31st, 2020, they can re-enroll their enhancement plan through the CSP renewal offer without any penalty. So it's a real good way to target those customers that have lapsed. And if they've lapsed due to COVID-19, then it's the perfect time to kind of approach them with this offer.
Interesting. Yeah. And also, I would just add from my perspective, I mean, there's such a debate kind of roiling sort of somewhat quietly under the surface, somewhat upfront about, what is Microsoft really offering to on-prem Dynamics customers these days? Are they really making the case to move to a Business Central or an F&O or not? I mean, it's not something we're getting answered today. It's not something that I really, there's not one answer to it, but I mean, it just does not settle down this ongoing debate and discussion. But I think, maybe to my point earlier, having these offers at least puts some specific value on the opportunity or gives some show of enthusiasm or support from Microsoft on where they want to see customers go. I don't know. It's something maybe we can keep talking about next time around. But yeah. I mean, for me, one of the big sort of markers in the community right now.
Yeah, that's like a whole talking point for another podcast, isn't it, really? Talking around that kind of going from on-prem to the cloud and what Microsoft are doing. They are making it easier and easier to do that. And I think this offers kind of another step forward into making it easier as well, further down the line to move from on-prem to the cloud because of the Business Central licensing offer that's available now. So yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting topic and it's hard to kind of to talk about very quickly. It's one of those things that you could spend a lot of time talking about that. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've done, aside from this, I've had, I think, 3 podcast episodes just on sort of the GP situation right now within Business Central migrations. I think I'll probably be doing a whole lot more over time, just because it is, like I said, it's just one of those topics that doesn't go away.
Definitely. And actually, we're working with the likes of Cooper Parry as well and our other Business Central kind of elite service providers that we have across the planet. We are making that transition from kind of on-prem into the cloud even easier again with the packaged offerings and things like that. So we're seeing some real success there of people migrating into the cloud. So we at Ingram Micro as well are trying to make that journey, if you like, much easier for the partner, but also obviously the customer as well.
Matt, I really appreciate you coming on today. Was there anything else that you wanted to touch on that we haven't yet?
what I'd say is if anyone wants to get in touch with me, I'm easy to find. I think I'm maybe one of two Mathew Batterbees, and I'm the only one with one T in Mathew. So it's feel free to get in touch with me anytime.
Yeah, Mathew with one T. That's how I do think of you. Not the only way, but yeah, easy to remember. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to come on and chat. It's always fun to talk about what's happening in the channel and for sharing a little more of what your efforts are like at Ingram Micro right now.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me. It's been great. Look forward to doing it again.
And that concludes another episode of the MSDW podcast. My thanks to Mathew Batterbee for joining me today. If you want more information about Ingram Micro Cloud and Dynamics 365, please visit microsoft.ingrammicrocloud.com/dynamics. Until next time, this is MS Dynamics World signing off.